Hey everybody, it's Chrissy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 12 Days of Challenges with Daisy and Christy. Today's theme is up. So anything to do with air, anything floating up, anything like that. Airplanes, balloons, I don't know. Anything you could think of, sky. You could use anything. I, however, decided to use balloons because I have had these really adorable photos of Nora playing with some balloons from her great-grandpa's 80th birthday. That happened really early this past summer, and she is so cute. She was having so much fun. She's wearing this really, really pretty dress, and you'll see that in a minute. And so I really wanted to highlight that. And so I found a balloon cut file that was in just what I had available to me. And you can see, did some mixed media. And I made them all purple because her dress is purple, which you will see in a minute. But then I was thinking that maybe it wasn't enough. And when I cut it, I didn't set my settings to cut actually through the paper. So I had to really work at it. And I'm just kind of showing you that there. I made a little boo-boo. I need to cut it. There's two ways you can do it. You can either go through it and make sure that it cuts itself twice, or you can make sure the depth of it is deeper. I should have done that. So, okay, I got the balloons. I have my photo. It's not enough. I wanted to do a little bit more. So what I end up doing is using where I took the balloons out of, and I'm making it a stencil. And I'm going to use some more mist and spray a teal color so that, because she's got some green in her dress as well, and I wanted to just kind of have it all together. So I wasn't really sure how this was going to turn out, but I definitely wanted to try it. So I did glue down the paper so it wasn't going to slide anywhere, and I do make it so that it's floating off the paper a little bit, and then I just simply spray it and let it dry. I then go ahead and poke some holes and do a little bit of stitching around the circle as well. And I really love the way this turned out. It definitely added a neat layer of balloons than just having the purple balloons floating out from the photo. So yeah, pretty pleased with the way that turned out. I then go ahead and add the purple flower, I keep calling these flowers, balloons back. And I'm going to add in with the ones that don't have a full balloon, like you can tell the inside of it's been cut out. I'm going to use my Spiggle Mom scrap sequins and add in those so that they look like little shaker balloons. I love this. They're not. I completely glue them. I just fill the little spot with glue, and it fits in perfectly. But I really, really love the way that turns out. And I'm a little bit ahead of myself in my voiceover, so I apologize about that. But so all I'm going to do is use some fun foam so that there's some dimension of these purple ones so they stick out, because the green ones that I've sprayed are obviously on the paper and flat dimension, even though there's a little bit of stitching, which helps. So adding the fun foam definitely helps make you see both colors, and it gives it, the kind of floating in the air type effect, which is perfect. I then cut really, really thin strips of the fun foam for the balloons that you see there. I know you can purchase those like little strips so you don't have to do it yourself. You can purchase those. I think you can get them on Amazon. I don't bother. I can quickly cut it. It doesn't bother me. And then, like I said, I'm going to fill those two in with these sequins. Now, these sequins are called Whiteout, and they are from the October release. I love them. They're so pretty. And I like to do shaker pockets, and you absolutely could do this with a shaker pocket. Go ahead and get it out, and it's super easy. But I also find sometimes, mostly when I'm being lazy, if you just glue, because you've added the fun foam already, so there's already dimension. So you just sprinkle in the sequins you want, press them down, wait for everything to dry. And then once it's dry, you flick it, and whatever isn't glued down will come off, and then you just put those back in. And I've never had a problem. Maybe one or two fall out, but that's it. I've never really had an issue with them falling out or anything like that. So when I'm lazy, that is what I do when it comes to sequins and making them look like a shaker, even though they're not. It also helps make it so that they are everywhere instead of having to fill your shaker completely full solid so that you don't have them all fall down to the bottom. It's another way to kind of do that as well. So, yep, I'm very, very pleased with the way that's turned out. And then I'm going to add my photo back, and then I'm going to be stuck because I really liked where it was going. I like what I have so far, but I just didn't know where to go from here. It needed something. I wasn't exactly sure what that something was. So I did end up walking away from it. This is in the process of where my kids have been sick. I caught their cold, and I haven't been feeling the best on top of it all. So I think part of my scrappy mojo just hasn't been there, which could have been part of it. But I do struggle. So I have to walk away and come back another day. But what I end up deciding to do is trim the layout so that I can add a border. And I pull in this really pretty, I believe it's a Paige Evans. I cannot remember what line it is, but it's a really, really pretty line, and it's kind of got the same floral look to the pattern paper as it does to my daughter's dress. So it works perfectly. It also makes me think that I did have other photos than just the one large 4x6. So I'm going to bring them all in. They're all coming in. I start with, I have this little tiny 2x3, and I love that one. It's really cute. The balloons are kind of blowing in the wind, and she's standing off to the side. And I also had this Dear Lizzie little kind of fill-in journaling thing that has been in my stash, and when I was working with something else, I fussy cut it because I felt like it would work. Has the right colors to it, and that really helps me get the basis down. And then I'll have some hidden journaling, which I haven't done yet, but it will work really well because I didn't want to do a bunch of writing on this layout. It's already getting it's not busy, but adding the journaling, I think, would have made it busy. So I'm not going to do that. And then I add these other photos, and I just do a quick flip book. I've done them before. There's multiple ways to do it. I do it myself with washi tape most times, and just a piece of pattern paper that you glue to each side, and then you glue the top photo onto the middle photo that flips, and that's it. It's super easy. I add my title, which I don't know really where I got it from, but I'm calling it Feeling Fancy. And I guess it's just because she's dressed pretty fancy. She doesn't normally dress up. We don't really go many places. We're not the most exciting family on earth, and we really aren't fancy dressing people. But this is a special occasion, so she was dressed up a little bit fancier than normal. And I just decided that worked really well. She looked so cute and had her little pigtails, and she still has a little bit of her toddlerness in these photos, which is crazy because you look, and she just turned 2. I mean, she is a toddler, but if you look at these photos from when these were taken in June to the end of August, when I took the other photo of her at another birthday party, it's like she's a whole year older, and it's only been a couple months. It's just crazy how quickly she grows. And I think Jackson did it too, but Jackson grew in different ways and in different times, but he kind of kept his baby face a little bit longer. So he was getting taller, but in his face I couldn't see it as much, whereas I see it in her face so much more. It's crazy. But she's adorable. And then I just add a few little added pieces to wrap it all up. I also use my pen to make a little border, and I am calling this layout done. Please make sure you head on over and check out Daisy's take. It's really cute. I love it. It's adorable. And thanks so much for watching. We should be back Friday with another episode. Bye!